What up, Grumpy Nation? I am back today with an in-depth uniform creation tutorial. Now, I got a lot of feedback, you guys saying that it was too sped up. A lot of people are asking me how I did the graphics, so I'm going to do a two-parter on this one today. I'm going to try to make it as quick as possible, but basically I'm going to show you what I do with the graphics here in my computer, and then I will show you the uniform creation as well. If you are not subscribed, subscribe now, because I am about ready to do a full-blown full NBA redesign of the whole league, but I want your feedback. I will post the schedule soon, but it's going to start basically A to Z. So the Philadelphia 76ers will be the first team. Again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe now so you can give me feedback. Hopefully we'll get the comments in this video for the 76ers one, or I may put out a schedule video and give you guys some time. But I do want feedback, and I want to build these jerseys the way that you guys and I decide to do them together. So I think it'll be really fun. So let's do that. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe today and start giving me some feedback. It'd be awesome. All right, guys. So basically, what we're looking at here is the Rattlers. Now, I think this is from another professional team or like a hockey team or something. I don't know. But I took the Rattlers logo from Google and I brought it in here and I changed the colors of it. And I have my own color palette that I made here, and I'll show you real quick. This is the color palette that I made for the Rattlers. And these are the colors I'm going to go with in game and on the logos and whatnot. So basically, you have to use a program like Photoshop or GIMP. And this today I'm using GIMP, which is a real basic thing. It's free. Check it out. It's an awesome program. I've been using it for years. I do know how to use Photoshop, but GIMP is just super easy, super quick. So the image needs to be 1024 by 1024, and it needs to be a PNG image. Basically, it needs to be transparent, right? So you can see the background here is transparent. And what I do is, if the image isn't transparent on Google, what I'll do is I will select the background of this snake. Let's say it's white, the logo, and I'll delete it. If it's not already transparent, I set it to add alpha channel, and that makes it transparent. And then I delete the background, clean it up if I need to, and that's it pretty much. So I found the logo for Caesars Entertainment. That's going to be who the sponsor is for these Las Vegas Rattlers. I made a regular version here, and I fit it into 1024 by 1024. And then I made a white version for the dark jerseys. Now, a lot of times the dark jerseys, they won't show up, so I make a white version. Super easy. It pops on the jerseys, and there you go. Also, I took the text from this, so you can see. I took this text and I selected it out. Basically, I selected each piece here all together, but I selected all these letters, and then what I did was I inverted the selection and deleted, and then I'm left with the letters. So that's kind of what I did on that. I did like the font for Rattlers, so I did that and basically made a few versions of that. Let me figure this out. So I made a few versions. So I've got the black with the brown and like the darker brownish gray there. I've got this one, which is black, brown, and black. You know, these are all going to be for the home jerseys, so I try to make them maybe pop a little brown, black, and light brown, and a white version for maybe an alternate or something like that. Then I found this iconic Las Vegas font. So what I do is I scale that layer to 1024 width. Boom. There it is, Las Vegas. Now, I didn't like the Las on there, so what I did basically was I erased this little TM, trademark, whatever, and then I erased the Las part. So I take this out, delete that guy. Boom. Now you have the Vegas font. Just like that, you have the Vegas font. I liked that font, and then I went ahead and just used that color palette that I had before, selected the colors, and then made a few versions of the Vegas. We have the white version here, and we have this tan version, which I really liked. I also took a snakeskin pattern that I found online. It was a big pattern, and I cut it out and made it 1024 height for a stripe. Maybe I'll use it for a stripe on the jersey or something like that, but it kind of looks cool. Add something different than the stripes that are already in game, which I don't love. Now, you'll see when we get in game, I'll use the stripes that are pre-made in the game to guide these stripes, right? Because sometimes if you do it by eye, it doesn't look that great. So I'll use the other stripe, and I'll show you what I mean. And then I'll put this one there, and that is that. And I figured with this color palette right here, I might be able to do like a ombre jersey with this color palette. Looks kind of cool, so we'll see. You've seen some of my jerseys before. I've used that style. I really like this style. I went ahead and made the Nike swoosh, made a brown one. I always have white and black on hand in game, always uploaded, so I can always use the white and black ones because they just use, I mean, you can use them for pretty much every team, and I like that. I did make an alternate Sin City here. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might use it on the jersey, on the alt. Not really sure yet. We'll see how it works. And then we've got this logo that really pops out, and I'll use that probably for center court. Basically, I make these graphics, I save them as PNGs, which are transparent files, and then I upload those to 2K servers. I go in game, they're already on there for me in my section of my graphics, and I use them accordingly. Now, sometimes the jerseys won't look right with the fonts that I made or the colors that I made, so I'll have to run back in here, change the color scheme, fix it up a little bit, put it back in, and we're good to go. So it's kind of just trial and error and just playing around, but basically for all the people that are asking, this is all you got to do. Make sure it's transparent, make sure there's no background on it, and it'll really stand out on the jerseys. So the next part here, I'm going to go ahead and make the jerseys for you. We'll go with that. We'll see how it goes. At the end of this video, I want you guys to give me a lot of likes on this one, because I'm definitely trying to help you guys make better jerseys, and I want your feedback. I really appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of love on the jersey videos so far, and I definitely want to start a whole series with you guys in mind. So let me know in the comments below what you want to see for your team. And also, I will be releasing that schedule. So here we go. Let's check out the jersey creation. All right, so what I do here basically is I pick the logo first. So then I try to match the colors to the logo just by eyesight, basically. So the brown looks very similar. I feel like it needs to be a little more red, but it's fine. And then I'll try to get this grayish color that's on the uniforms. Here we go. That's more like it. And then I'll do the black. And that's close enough. So that way, when you are making the uniforms, those main colors will be in your main palette. So it'll be a lot easier to go ahead and just use those colors for numbers. And now I have the logo. So, okay, so here we go. We start with a blank slate. And I try to do, basically here we go. And I'm going to find a font that looks sort of rattlesnake-ish. I got to find one. Now, if it has a red outline around it, that means that you can change that red color. If it has a black like this one, like that, you won't be able to change it. It'll always stay black around the number, which I don't like. So I try to find one that has the red around it. That way I can, you know, add some little details to the numbers if I want to. I will give 2K credit, though. They have a lot of fonts, a lot. Now, with the jersey numbers and the name on the back, there's some few things that you have to do to make it line up right. With the front numbers, I think it's around 50. When you're moving it around, it's around 50. And then the back numbers is 55, and the name is 50. I don't know why, but it works better that way. It lines up better in game. So here I'm going to pick. So this one does have a gray outline, but you can barely see it against that white. So I'm going to use that. And I just try to line it up as much as I can. Basically by eyeball, because no logo actually fits perfectly. So once I get the numbers set up where I want them, I'll be able to adjust the name or whatever. So I'm going to use this brown swoosh that I used, that you guys saw me make before. So brown swoosh up in the corner, and again, this is all by eyeball. I do around a 40 size for the swoosh, and I usually keep it to 40. Sometimes on the, now I'm going to use the Caesars sponsorship here, and see, this is a big logo, so 40 is probably going to be way too big. If you do 40-40, it works a lot of the time, but sometimes you have to actually kind of back it up a little bit and make it a little smaller. See, that looks way too big, so I'm going to bring this down to maybe like a 35, and try to see if that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks better already. So there you go. And then again, just eyeball. I just pretty much eyeball it. And that looks good. So the Rattlers still looks a little off to me, but we'll see once we put the numbers. All right, so I'm going to try to do this snakeskin side stripe here on the side of the jersey. I do like that little pattern. I think it's good. Now, see, I could eyeball this and see where it needs to go, but it's never correct. I feel like it's never corrected. Right, a basic stripe on the jersey, which would be that one. That's a centered stripe, right? So then now I have a gauge of where I need to put the other stripe, my image here. So now I'm going to line that up to the middle. Boom, there you go. And actually, it looks kind of cool with that lighter brown around it anyway. Maybe darken it up a little bit, and it'll blend right in. So there you go. The skin is set. I use the stripes there. Now, a lot of times I'll line it up like that, and then I'll just go ahead and take the stripe out. The actual jersey stripe, and I'll leave my snake skin or whatever. But you can see it's perfectly lined up in the middle. So I'll make this the same size as the other one, line it up, boom, there you go. And I actually like that brown. I will darken it up a little bit probably, but that looks clean. Now the problem is the shoulders are white and the collar is black, so the stripes don't go into anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and fix that, give myself, there you go, some stripes. Take that brown, darken it up. I'm going to have to darken that up. But there you go. See, now the stripes don't look weird because they actually have some color from the sleeves that match into the stripe. Darken it up a little bit here. Darken this guy up. That one you won't see anyway, but there you go. It blends. I mean, it's not exact, but it looks really close. And there's that. The names on the back and the numbers on the front and back, there's a few things you have to understand. So when you do your normal color from your palette on numbers, for whatever reason, it makes it lighter. So 50 is center for numbers on the front. 55, see how it went so light? It goes real light, so I have to darken that up to match the regular color. And I'll do a black around that. That looks cool. And then on the back, and I also try to do the front numbers a different color than the text. So if I have a black writing, then I'll do light numbers. If I have light writing, then I'll do black, darker numbers. I try to do the opposite. And this NBA logo is already in the downloads, like the community downloads. So I usually do around a 35, put it right about the center, and then I'll mess with it a little bit, make sure, yeah, it doesn't look center. It needs to go left. With the name, if you push triangle, you can scale it up separately or sideways separately. So what I do is I do the scale, push triangle, scale it to make it big, because if you leave it the way it's supposed to be, you can't even read their names. They're like super close. So I'll do black on this. Since the numbers on the front are tan, I'm going to do black numbers on the back. Let me adjust this again because it's bugging me now that I have the name centered. So the name needs to be about 50, and the numbers need to be about 55. That's usually the sweet spot for, and I just kind of eyeball this size. That looks good. 55, boom, centered. Okay, now I have dark numbers because the front are light, and then I'll do this brown, and there you go. That is clean. Now, if you don't, I've had a lot of people ask me questions here. Now, if you don't put a waist stripe on the shorts, then you can actually put a graphic on the shorts in the center there, like a lot of teams, like the Blazers have Rip City on their shorts. I like this stripe. It's minimal. It matches the side stripe, kind of, right? It's clean. I like that. I don't know who uses that in real life. All these stripes on the sides and on the front and on the shorts and all that, they're all used by actual NBA teams. That's what they did with them. They just took ones that are, yeah, I like this. See, I'm not going to be able to use this Sin City probably. So this looks good, and I'll make this a little smaller, rotate that, and put it right down there on the waist. Now instead of Rip City, we got Sin City for Vegas. I think that looks clean. I mean, I'm pretty much good on this. This is a clean uniform. It looks NBA ready. It's basic. We're good to go. So then on the away uniform, what I like to do is just, you can pick a blank one again, or you can do home uniform. Now if I do home, I'm basically using the same template. So all the stuff that I don't have to move the Nike sign anymore. I don't have to move the NBA sign anymore. It's already there for me. So that way I can just move stuff around. Now, obviously, logo on the front, the Caesars logo, you won't be able to see because it's too dark. So what I do is I'll pick another one, the other one I showed you guys before, the white one, and I will put it right on top of the other Caesars logo and then delete the old one, if that makes any sense. So I like the Vegas. I don't know if white's going to be the way to go, though. We'll move these numbers, and we're going to have to change them because they are similar color to the Vegas. So maybe I'll do black, or I'll do like a dark brown. I don't know. We have to figure this out. I mean, that's pretty clean right there. Man, I like that. I don't like the dark numbers on the front and back, though. So I think I might have to change that because that's not, it doesn't pop very much. So let's fix that. Let's do, there we go, the tan with a darker brown around it, maybe. No, black doesn't look good. Let's darken this up. And there you go. Oof, that's clean right there. Woo! That is hot shit. I like it. And let's change the numbers. All right, let me back out real quick so that I can, let me change these numbers. Something's not good with them. There we go. So the opposite of the back numbers, basically. Dark brown with light. On the back is light with dark brown. Perfect. Look at that. That is clean, man. I like that. I definitely need to back out, though, because the blue is just really bugging me. So let me get out of here. All right, so now when you go back in, he's going to have the appropriate accessories. There you go. See, brown. That looks really cool. Man, that is a clean uni. All right, so for the alternates, which have been broken forever, I don't know. They fix them, then they don't, and then they fix them, then they don't. I'm gonna try to do sort of a ombre version of this jersey. Now this is where it gets tricky. So I'm gonna pick this ombre here, and obviously it's too thin and it's not tall enough. So I gotta get it tall enough where it matches up here. And then I'm going to spread it out. So again, use the triangle so you can scale to the right and left instead of up and down at the same time. So basically, if you don't push triangle, it'll do everything all at once like a big square. If you do the triangle, then you can do sideways, up and down, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to line it up with the... Whoop, still white showing. Let me see on this side. Nope. So I need to move it up a little bit. Now I'll move it back. And clean. Boom. Done. Okay, so then I'm going to back up and do the same thing on the back. Boom. Done. Perfect. All right. Let's work on this. And you'll see that the numbers aren't on the front. It's because I was having issues with where to put the numbers. And that is perfect. Now, I don't like the color of it. I'll leave that white, and maybe I'll just do like a dark brown. It's hard to differentiate the browns because that bottom part of his shorts and the bottom part of the jersey is actually black. It's like a real light black, if that makes sense. Oh, that looks perfect. Now that looks clean, right? We've got the logo, we've got the numbers, we've got the Rattlers. The back looks clean. I like this. As an alternate jersey, I think this is really clean. So I'll probably keep it like this. Now I may change the name. I don't know. I'm going to add a little swoosh to the shorts on this one just to kind of make it cool. I didn't put the Sin City on the shorts this time. I just wanted to change it up. So let's move this there. And there you go. All right. So with the arena, I have a pretty set standard just like I do with the jerseys. So basically, I'll try to keep the arenas pretty basic. This will look clean. I'm going to do white on the outside to make it stand out. And then we'll do center court. We'll keep it brown. Black on the three-point line. I don't need black on this one. No. Black. Okay. And then that works. So basically just do whatever you think looks good and looks clean and looks NBA ready, right? So you just got to make sure that the lines all show and everything is, you know, set up where it looks like an NBA court. You don't want to make it too crazy and too fake looking. This is great. This is gonna look great. So basically, I'll just pick a normal text, anything that looks kind of clean, and I do all caps. Oops. Except for I don't know how to do it. I like that font. So basically, I'll just do the same thing. So the Vegas Rattlers I did on the baselines on both. We'll do hashtag Las Vegas. We'll do like a... No, that's a little too bright. Let's do brown. There we go. Okay. Hashtag, I don't care about the other one. Now, the center court image, sometimes they're humongous. Sometimes they're not. It depends on how much you fill that 1024 by 1024. That is big. I mean, that looks sick, though. I really like that. This is coming out way better than I thought it would. So I really like this. This is a clean court. Secondary, blah, blah, blah. And then on the... Sometimes I'll make an arena logo for myself, but I know that there is some sort of Vegas ones here. MGM Grand. I think it's going to be too light. Yeah, I can't see it. So these are the community images, and I know there's like a... I'm pretty sure there's a Caesars, which is our sponsor anyway, so it would be cool. There it is. Caesars Palace. Boom. That is really big, though. So I will probably shrink that down a little bit. But this works, man. Caesars Palace. Caesars is our sponsor. Let's make this down to like an 80. And that is an NBA court for you. Look at that. That is beautiful. So as you look at it here, we got the Vegas behind the hoop, Vegas Rattlers, Vegas, and the big Rattlers logo with the Caesars Palace. This looks great. This is really cool. Now, I will upload this so you can download it, but that is basically it, guys. So definitely think of what you want to see with your team and let me know in the comments below on this video. Philadelphia 76ers will be the first one. So I don't want to hear anybody else's teams yet, but please let me know on the Sixers this video, and then we'll go from there. But I will release the schedule soon. I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, you won't see the schedule. I'm going to release it as a post. And on my Instagram, so follow me on Instagram and I'll release it on there as well. Thank you guys for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace.